We're actually on our way to Beit Hanina. They're demolishing a couple houses today. Since 1967, Israel demolished more than 10,000 Palestinian houses. We resist not only every element of the occupation, but the very conception of occupation and exclusivity. I don't see the bulldozers, but I think they're on their way. All right, they're coming. The border police are outside. I'm just calling the American consulate now. Just work the phones, because we're gonna get arrested. Now they're coming to the doors. I think it's party to break in the doors. So get out here as fast as you can, okay?
I worked 9 years in Saudi Arabia to get the amount of money to buy that small piece of land. And when I come back to my country, I bought a small piece of land in Anata, near the camp. Then I applied to get a permit, as anybody else in the world, to build a small home on that piece of land. I applied for 3 times to get the permit from the Civil Administration Office in the West Bank, but all the time they refused to give me the permit.
There's basically a catch-22 situation. A Palestinian living in Area C, those parts of the West Bank still under total Israeli control, or in Jerusalem, can have clear and uncontested ownership of their land. They can stand on their heads. They can apply 10 times, and they're, in most cases, not going to get a legal building permit. When you then build without a permit, you build an illegal home subject to demolition. Thousands of people have been made homeless.
I saw my home surrounded by soldiers and all the nearby areas surrounded by soldiers. The leader of the soldiers told me, if this is my home. I told him, yes, it's mine. He said to me, it's not your home, it's our home now. You have 15 minutes to take your belongings and family out, and we want to destroy it. You know, when I heard that, I pushed him outside the door. Then the soldiers start kicking me on my back, on my head, and they arrest me and put me on the side. My wife, she closed the door not to let them enter inside, so they start breaking the windows, throwing inside a tear gas. My kids screaming and crying, and I'm freezing to the ground, can't do anything. The bulldozers start destroying the home. 7 people that day injured. One of them, he is 16 years old.
The whole system of the bureaucratic oppression, using the civil administration or using the municipality of Jerusalem to issue demolition orders, thousands of demolition orders against families, using the courts, using planning, using zoning, using the whole legal system in a very cynical way in order to achieve political goals. And the political goal is to limit Palestinians to little tiny islands within Jerusalem and the West Bank and Gaza, so that Israel controls most of the territory. And the bottom line is to create conditions so difficult that the Palestinians will leave the country. This is a demolition. You see, the municipality is doing the demolishing, and they simply subcontract to commercial wrecking companies. They've come in and they demolish the house. So the family loses its house. The family is fined probably between $10,000 and $20,000. And these are often families, you know, that make $500 a month. And then the family is billed for the demolition. The family will get, it depends, a bill for $1,500 or so. So the injustice here, you don't have to interpret and guess. and have an opinion and argue about it. The facts are right in front of your eyes. Here's some guy that simply wants to build a home for his family, who's demolished on his own land. Okay.
That was Jeff.
Jerusalem.
Buy time because they're in court right now.
With this house?
With this house and another one too, which is supposedly is clear. Whose
Okay.
telephone bill?
Okay. No, I think they should be ready to leave. If they tell you to leave, you should leave.
Please, Jeff, go negotiate. Tell them they're in court.
Yeah, I'm here. We're at the house in Beit Hanina. We're surrounded. The border police are here. We have some people chained in the house. What I suggest is that whoever doesn't want to get arrested should probably just walk out now. I think I'll stay. I'll stay. You have Nama's number, right? So call Nama and tell her what's happening. The bulldozers are now coming up. They're not bulldozers, they're actually pneumatic drills. Because they not only destroy the house, but they dig up the foundations. So it's very hard for the family to rebuild. We can't prevent the demolishing of the house. What we can do by making this such a scene and getting the newspapers and the consulates and resisting and letting the courts work and our activists is maybe instead of demolishing 10 houses today or 5 houses, they've already demolished 1, maybe we'll lose 2 houses and we'll save another 3, 4, 5. Shalom. Jeff קוראים לי. לא. יהודי חייב להתנגד לדבר כזה. Yeah. All right, the court's not going to do anything? All right, you think we should we'll get arrested, I guess, huh?
We can stand here?
Oh, there.
Like here? Want us behind the door?
Yes. When they finish, you can photo one picture.
You want the picture? Behind the door, he says.
Yes.
יש חוק, אני אמור לאכוף את החוק ולבצע את החוק. אז אני מבקש מכם לא להפריע לי לבצע את זה.
כל אדם יכול להגיד לא, אני לא משתתף. היו בעולם גם שוטרים שאמרו לו, אני לא משתתף. היו דברים כאלה. עשו את זה נגד יהודים מספיק פעמים שאנחנו יודעים מה זה חוק לא מוסרי. כל חוקי נורנברג נגד יהודים בגרמניה, כולם היו חוקים. מה היית עושה שהיו באים להרוס את הבית שלך? מה היית עושה? לא היית עולה על הגג? לא היית מתנגדת? היית אומרת, בסדר, אוקיי, זה החוק, אני יוצא? אבל את שואלת לפעמים למה לא באים להרוס את הבית שלך? This on the ground, this is what we always saying. This is where the true test is. I don't care about negotiations. I don't care about declarations. I don't care about Bush getting in front of the cameras and saying whatever he says. This is the test. If the entire world, the international community, cannot stop a bulldozer from demolishing this guy's house, then what's the international community? What's human rights? What's international law? What's the roadmap? If the roadmap of Bush in Europe and the UN and Russia together can't stop the demolition of Palestinian homes, then how is it going to bring peace to the Middle East? It's all nonsense. And so, in a sense, we're witnessing here the unfolding of a much larger event than simply the demolition of this one household. The family, for the family, this is their whole world. They've invested money in the house, their whole life savings. So for them, they don't care about the roadmap, they care about their house, which is completely understandable. So there's all kinds of levels of tragedy and testing in this.
We were really a happy family before they demolished the house, all of us together under one roof. But after they demolished the house, we feel we lost everything in this life, even we lost ourselves. And you can see now we are living in a tent. And the winter is coming. And we don't know what have to do in winter.
طبعا أنا مخدرة جعبري.
She needs somebody to explain her why it's happening to her and her family. Even she never hurt anybody in her life. She said that they took our souls, and we can't survive. We can't live without soul.
شو سووا اليهود فينا نسوي فينا؟
He wants, I think, in his opinion, from his answer, I can translate like that he needs that all this happened, all these things, all this stuff, it's over, and to start live together. We start to have our humanity, our human rights, to be equal in everything, to have a house, to have our normal life.